Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tania, and if you're stopping by for the first time, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. I love you for it. And if you're not stopping by for the first time, thank you so much for your support. Today's video is another different video to my usual repertoire. And today's video is perhaps a bit of a social commentary, maybe a little bit of an expose into YouTubers. Just speaking from my end anyway, from my perspective. Andri recently uploaded a video, and if you follow me, you probably already follow Andri. And if you don't follow Andri, go and follow Andri. She recently uploaded a video posing the question to us, to her viewers, to everyone else. Are YouTubers narcissistic? And she then tagged quite a few of us. And I know already that the Luxury Hybrid has responded to this, and Amaya Links has also responded to this. Now, Andri tagged me, and my response is going to be manyfold, if I can say it that way, because I am, of course, coming from my experience and my perspective here on YouTube. Now, how is that related to narcissism? Just work with me, give me some time, and I'll explain it all. So if you're interested, grab yourself a cuppa because it might be a long one. Okay, so what's the definition of narcissism? Now, narcissism derives from Narcissus, who was a Greek god or demigod, and he used to admire himself in the waters of a pond, and he spent so much time admiring himself that he died there because he couldn't draw his eyes away from himself. So often people who spend time in front of the camera, or often people who spend time in the mirror, in front of the mirror, are described as narcissistic because it derives from that particular word. Now, I can't help it. I'm an English teacher, so I'm going to break down my response into particular arguments. So the thing about that is that, yes, to some extent, YouTubers are narcissistic. But guess what? So's everyone else. Do you not spend time in front of the mirror, preening or adjusting yourself, making yourself look appropriate, presentable, clean and tidy for work or for yourself or for anyone else? Yes, you do. I imagine you do. And I imagine also that you would want to do that. Now, let's put aside the unfortunate members of our societies, you know, the homeless and so on, who don't have that privilege and don't have that luxury. I'm just going to focus on those of us who do. So, if you do that, then you're a narcissist. And if you do that in front of the camera, then are you a narcissist? Now, this is where I branch off into my further exploration into narcissism. Narcissism these days does not just mean admiring yourself in the mirror and saying to yourself, aren't I pretty? Narcissism these days does not just mean sitting in front of a camera or your phone like I do and showing some of your pretty items, or showing some of the clothes that you've recently bought, or talking about something to do with your life, or talking about something funny that you recently heard, or anything like that. It just means within the YouTube context that people like me, people like Andri, people like so many others who are on YouTube are not there for narcissistic reasons, mostly. They're there to share something. Now, if I'm sharing something with you, if my content or what I have to share with you is something that I think is worth sharing with you, well then why does that make me narcissistic? So in that respect, no, YouTubers are not narcissistic. I'm an everyday person. I have an everyday job. I deal with everyday people every day. I'm not a narcissist. I'm not on YouTube because I want people to follow me so that then they can praise me and talk well about me. In fact, the fact that I am on YouTube somehow draws the opposite. It actually draws criticism from people. And I attract criticism because I'm on YouTube. And people then have a certain impression about me. People think I'm materialistic. I've been told I'm materialistic. I've been told I'm narcissistic. I've been told that I'm superficial. I've been told that I'm showing off because I'm on YouTube. But what they're forgetting, and this is my exploration, delving into it in more detail, what these people are somehow forgetting is that YouTube now is another form of communication. So why is it that by me communicating with you through my phone and then uploading it makes me narcissistic? I don't understand and I don't see the correlation. Now, Am I narcissistic? That's such an interesting question, because from a medical standpoint, from a psychological point of view, narcissists are the most difficult to treat, because narcissism is actually a personality disorder. And those who are narcissistic can't admit that they're narcissistic. So everyone goes around saying, I'm not narcissistic, I'm not narcissistic. But it's the behavior that is displayed which actually contradicts that statement that they're not narcissistic. So it's not just, coming back to my original point, about standing in front of the mirror and saying, damn, I look good today. And there's nothing wrong with doing that, because we have to actually be kind to ourselves and recognize when we're having a good day, whether it is based on appearance or whether it's just based on having good feelings or having recognized an improvement in your psyche, or an improvement in your thoughts process, or your mindfulness, or your tolerance, or your ability to whatever it happens to be. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with doing that. It's the underlying behaviors, it's the underlying actions that a narcissist takes that makes them narcissistic, that, you know, someone can then view afterwards as being narcissistic. So narcissism these days is more than the mirror. Narcissism these days is about control, and psychologists know that, and they refer to that, and that's why those people are the hardest to treat. A narcissist, in the true sense of the word, aside from your standard definition, a narcissist is one who has such low self-esteem, almost like a bully, who needs to feel better about themselves by deflecting their issues and their problems onto another, their issues of concern, whatever that might be. So by doing that, by actually converting the problem or turning that mirror, that metaphorical mirror, from themselves to someone else, means that they don't need to look at themselves. They don't need to consider what needs to be worked on within themselves, because then it all becomes about someone else. I can see that I am not narcissistic, because a narcissist is not empathetic. A narcissist is the absolute polar opposite of an empath. An empath is someone who's empathetic, someone who can see someone else's struggle, someone who can understand maybe, or may have lived someone else's struggle. So YouTubers, we're here for entertainment, and my entertainment is not to be narcissistic the way a true narcissist's entertainment is, which is to control someone, which is to manipulate. I'm not here to manipulate you. I'm not here to force you to buy one of these items. I'm here to share it with you because I freaking love these items, and I'm the type of person that when I have something that I enjoy, that I like, I want to share it. I want to say to others, you know, who share that excitement with me, oh, look at this. I've just bought this recently. Isn't it beautiful? Look at the color. Look at the hardware. Look at the finish. Oh, it smells so nice. How does that make me narcissistic? Okay, that's part A. Now, part B, the fact that I enjoy these things, the fact that I like to spend my savings, and here the key word is my savings, in that I have saved up for these things deliberately, not my life term savings. Those are untouched and they're there. The fact that I like these particular items, how does that make me any different to someone who likes to spend a lot of money on their car, which is going to incur a hell of a lot more wear and tear than my handbags and my little SLGs? How is my interest in these items different to someone else who collects other things? People who collect teaspoons, people who collect teacups, people who collect stamps, people who collect limited edition comics, people who collect hair clips, people who collect... I can't even think of anything else. But there are so many different collectible groups out there. So YouTube for me is just, it's a forum. It's a means to share what I like, because I don't have that many people in my everyday life, and YouTube now is part of my everyday life, but my face-to-face people who would share a lot of these common interests with me. And I've been criticized, as I said earlier, for liking these things. Yet for some reason, people who think that the cost of a handbag is somehow more worthy of criticism than the cost of another item is okay to go with baffles me. So sometimes, you know, I've had people say to me, oh, you must be rich because you can afford all these bags. Look, I'm rich compared to the homeless. But compared to others, honey, I ain't rich. Okay? I work my proverbial off. I save like no one's business to actually be able to say, you know what? If this item pops up and I want to spend $400 on it, I can. And I can do that without guilt because I've worked for it. And my bills are paid, my kids are fed, my mortgage is being paid. All of those things are still happening. Why can't I then splurge and have something like this? So what angers me is that people think that because we're on YouTube, we have this need to be watched. We have this need to be praised. We have this need to be glorified. Actually, no. Within the Lux community, I'm probably one of the smallest channels, and I've been on YouTube for quite some time. So let's consider presence here on YouTube. So does someone who posts outfit of the day photos, or someone who does reels, or someone who does stories make them narcissistic? If someone does an outfit of the day video, does that make them narcissistic because they're sharing their outfit, or they're sharing a photo of them wearing a particular outfit that they might like? Does that make that person narcissistic? Well, I do that. So if you think that makes a person narcissistic, well then yes, I'm narcissistic. But the reason why I do that, and the only reason I can give is my own reason, is that it is a means for me to challenge myself to help improve my self-esteem, to help me build up some of my confidence that I used to have a long time ago, which was slowly eroded away. So YouTube is a forum. It's like a group. How many times do people join groups? How many people are a part of a gym? How many people are part of an automotive group? How many people are part of a something loving group? YouTube is the same. So am I narcissistic? No. Do I take time to make myself look presentable? Clearly, yes. Is there anything wrong with that? No. Am I narcissistic in the sense that I seek to control and manipulate others? Absolutely not. I'm the type of person that puts others first. I always put myself almost last. YouTube for me is a hobby, like so many others have said. And I've said it since day one. I've never expected to give up my day job like, you know, others who have, and God bless them, that's wonderful that they can. And I don't earn 1 cent from YouTube. I'm too small. I don't have the views. Maybe I'm just not interesting enough. I don't know. I haven't cracked the algorithm. You know, from a YouTuber's perspective, the first 1,000 subscribers is an absolute grind. And it is an absolute fist clenching grind to get to that 1,000. And I haven't cracked it. And if I was narcissistic, I wouldn't say that. I would act like I was already at the 1,000. But I'm not. And I can't crack it. And there you go. That's pretty raw. And that's pretty honest. I'm not here for my particular image. I'm here because I have a genuine like for these items and I want to share. I'm a very social person. I always have been. And anyone who knows me in real life will see that the way I am here in front of you on your screen is exactly the way I am in my everyday personal life. So Andri, thank you for raising this question. This was a real doozy because everyone's reaction will be to say no. Let me know your thoughts on what I've just expressed. I look very forward to reading your comments. I always enjoy reading your comments. I hope you'll consider subscribing if you haven't already. Take care, everybody. God bless. And I'll see you next time.